This week on Gadget Inspectors Express, we're taking a look at the HTC Desire, which is the new Android handset, the most powerful Android handset, in fact, that's hit the market to date. Now, of course, the question is, the perennial question with every Android handset is, can it beat the iPhone? Harry, first impressions?
Well, I really like it. I think it's a lovely tactile phone. It's got this beautiful matte back, nice crisp screen, and with all these HTC phones, I do like these simple buttons at the front.
Basically, the first thing to say about it as well is that it does look an awful lot like the Nexus One. That's because it's fundamentally the same phone, the same chassis anyway, but the innards are subtly different, and the Desire is a more powerful handset. But you're absolutely right, one of its key selling points is the multitasking capabilities of the handset.
So I'm on Twitter here, chatting away, and then I can just flick over to the internet, and I'm not losing. Everything's going live at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, the one problem with all these things operating at the same time is it chews up battery life, and that's worth pointing out. That after a day of use, you're going to have to end up, it's one of these phones you are going to have to charge up every single night if you're using it a fair amount. There are two aspects I think we would really like to highlight. One particularly good and one particularly rubbish. The good thing is it being a Google phone.
Yeah.
It has Google Street Maps and Street View. So it acts as a sat nav. So you're in your car, you've downloaded your route. Not only have you got the map, but you can flick to Street View. Now that may not be very useful if you're bombing down the motorway, but if you're on foot or you're pootling along, or maybe even on your bicycle, is this really the right street?
Absolutely.
That's fantastic.
That
It's very
reference,
clever.
that kind of, looking around you, seeing does it match the map, is just really, really handy to have.
Right, now Claudine, you kind of really hate this keypad interface thing. Talk me through it. Why are you tearing your hair out?
What I think is fairly accurate typing, it never seems to know what word I'm trying to put in.
And you keep on getting numbers instead of letters.
It's a source of endless frustration. Every time I'm trying to type my own name and I hit the letter M, I manage to hit the number key instead, which pulls up the number keypad.
Yes.
And then I'm pressing a button, and then it thinks I've hit enter rather than delete, so it's entering that password.
And it's not it's not very instinctive. If you want a new web page, you tap into the top box.
In there, but it automatically reloads the page that you're already on.
Rather than offering an empty box.
I don't want to do that. I just want to delete what's already in there. I'm used to that little X at the end of the menu bar. I can click X, type in the new web address, and it wants to keep reloading the same page over and over again, and I'm going to go mental if it does it one more time.
Is that enough for you to not go out and buy the HTC?
Weirdly, no, it's not, because I think it's a really nice device. It's beautifully built, fantastically well built, really good, nice, decent kind of quality camera on it as well, which I think makes a huge difference. And HTC have done a fantastic job of improving the already excellent Android operating system by using their own skin over the top of it called HTC Sense, which makes it an even more sort of social user experience, for want of a better way of putting it. That whole idea of having the different screens and integrating everything on that friend stream, your Facebook profiles, your Flickr profiles, your Twitter profiles, all into one, constantly updating real-time live stream of information, I think is something that Apple and the iPhone could absolutely learn from.
It's free on a 30 quid a month contract with most providers, certainly with Vodafone, the initial provider. And that is, that's pretty much what you have to pay for a phone now. If only it wasn't on a 2-year contract. Mobile phone companies, 1-year contracts would be nicer. Anyway, marks out of 10?
Really, really do like the HTC Desire. It's definitely the most powerful Android handset to date, and HTC continue to pull it out the bag every time with these new devices. The keyboard is a real downside to me, but I'm going to cut it some slack. Like I said, it could just be over familiarity with different interfaces. So I'm going to give the HTC Desire 8 out of 10.
Mostly because of the price. I think this may be the smartphone for me. I'm going to give it 9 out of 10.
It's very, very rare that we score that way round. No. Harry, it's about time you got into the 21st century though, so maybe the Desire is the way forward.
Yeah, it's an interwebby telephone.
There's a lot of work still to be done, isn't there?